Good evening, it's Monday the 21st of August 2023. It's just 5 PM Eastern Time, 1 hour after the market's closed, and I'm just going to go through my trades for today. I was out for the first hour of the morning. Well, I was out, so I couldn't really do my normal pre-market prep. I took my kids out, and so I was a bit late in, and probably on days like today I shouldn't really rush into the market. I did, and it was a tough day. I ended up break even overall, probably slightly in the red once my commissions had come out, but that's purely down. I worked hard today just to get back to the same point I was when I came into the market, probably about half an hour after it opened. So just on a quick overview of today, how it finished. We've got this trend line which has been put in over the last 2 days on the hourly. So on my screen is the MES or the ES S&P 500 index futures. Looking at this trend line we put in, we've kind of been pushing between this area for a couple of days now. Came down, tested around here, and these are significant levels. This channel's been created on. So we've got this area 43.50 area, which is one of the levels from last week we're watching out for. Didn't quite get to that area, but it's pretty close. And then the top of the trend line, the first pivot was there. That was the post market, I think. Or no, that's Friday's high. And then during the pre-market today, we created this trend line. You can see it literally ran up the trend line, and then we sold off, came straight back down to this trend line again this morning, and so that created the second channel for this trend line, again in an area of significance. We had this head and shoulders pattern, the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And today we pulled back down into that area and touched this area of demand and pushed back up. And it created a trend line perfectly. Even when we pushed back up, it came back into this supply area. Again, these areas are all marked up this morning, and had I just played my levels correctly, higher probability long, higher probability short, I may have stopped out on that one. But had I just got this trade this morning and not tried going short there, going short there, going short there, going short there, I would have made my day a much more pleasant experience. So let's go into the 5-minute chart and just review the trades I took. So the first trade today, we were in a mini micro hourly uptrend. We pulled back, and then in the pre-market, I did my video. It would have been about here, I believe. So my levels were in and my areas were in from about this area today. And as I was doing my pre-market video, I think it was about 3-4 AM, we were coming up to this area here, and I think I made a comment that we're heading close to this area, but I wasn't around for this bit really, and I got back. When did I get back? I was back about here, and so that led me to my first trade. As soon as I got back, I saw it pull down into the VWAP, and I was away. I saw this double top come back down into the VWAP, and I joined the market at exactly that point there, which was 10 AM Eastern Time, and I went long off of the VWAP. In fact, my entry was, I saw the bottom tail. The volume wasn't really doing much because it was it was that time of day. The volume's heavily quite high anyway, so I kind of ignored the volume for the first hour. So I went long on the break of that pivot, and I got out around about here, and then my remainder of the trade was out there as it broke down. So it's a good trade. On hindsight, what I did miss was my level there. Normally that would be a starter position with another position. It's a big wide area, so probably would have used the channel as a stop, but I missed this run down, and I missed that run down to here. In fact, I did take a short, but I had to go out again around about midday, well 4 o'clock my time, so it would have been about here. So I was short on this level here, which was the break and come back. It broke through in the retest, which was a good short, and I think I got in on the break of that candle there, which was at 43.85, and I had my stop loss there, and I had a take profit on this zone here. So I got in. It was a good easy 2-hour trade. I was out there with one of my contracts. Again, it's only 2 contracts because I wasn't watching it. I created an order so that it would either stop me out or it would take profit. I think I had one of my other orders around here somewhere, but eventually it took me out back at the level where my stop loss was, which was above the 200 moving average. So it's more of a break-even trade. It was a break-even trade because I took profit on here and I took a loss on this. I took a loss on this leg here, and I wasn't around to manage it. And had I been around to manage it, I probably would have moved my stop to break-even or something. So it would have been a partial winning trade. And I think because of that, I wouldn't say I was on tilt, but I was a bit. I started over trading, revenge trading. So I had this level in place. So I got in on this level, and it seemed okay. Pulled back, so I added as well. It broke down, and then it stopped me out. So I was out there, and then I was watching this level as well because I was waiting for a double top because we saw it there, and I got in on this pivot. And then it pulled back a bit, and then it came and stopped me out there as well. And then my last place, I went short here, and again it's in profit. I was using this channel, upper channel, that level, and also in the supply zone as a potential area. I was also watching volume, which I'll go into in a second. And so I took a short there. I think I was short here as well on that channel. A short there, and I shorted up there. And I shorted on the pullback as well. So I was in the trade, but I was uncomfortable because my size was too long, but I was confident the trade was going to work this last bit of the day. I expected it to work from about this point here, and that's purely based on what I was looking. So I'm going to go into the 2-minute, make it easier to read the volume. So especially from here, so there's a couple of signs. We saw increase in volume here and higher than normal volume for this bar, and we saw an indecision, so possibly that looked like it was starting to get near to an end of this move up, hence why I was willing to short at these levels. I was waiting for that short to come back in, and then when it got to here, I saw this increased volume bar, and it was for this bar here, which is nothing unusual. It's a big bar and a wide candle bar as well. Then I saw this indecision bar, and it was on a lower volume bar. And if we were going to see a solid move up, I would expect to see a bigger bar here with a bigger bar pushing up, but that's an indecision. And then we saw reducing volume on the next candlestick, and it was a similar size bar than the previous one. And then reduce, so we had this area of reducing volume. So potentially it could have been a pullback, but then it was this candlestick here, so it was this big top and tail candle and on higher than normal volume as well, and so that's why I added on that one. I also added there for it to come back out, and again we had, I would say, decrease in volume on this little bit of a pullback as well. So I was confident that the trade was a good trade. There's this little mini head and shoulders pattern setting up as well, and it's at the level I was watching, that level there, the top of this zone, and I went short. So I finally got out. In fact, I took some profits coming down. I was in a bit too heavy, and I finally got out. In fact, I got out here in the post market. I just put some limit orders in, and then my last out was there and ready for the end of the day. So break even day. By the time my commissions come out, probably more red than break even. So not a great day. I worked hard when I should have just kept with the original trade. This trade here, the break off the VWAP long. Was it there? Yeah, that trade there, because I wasn't up by much. There's only a small contract size, but had I just kept that trade, I could have just had all this time to myself today. I'm not worried about doing any more trading. The market wasn't that great really. It's very slow. In fact, when I was playing the shorts up here, it was just moving so slowly. Nothing was moving at all. There's no follow through, both in the downwards or the upward direction, and it wasn't a very good day. I think that's it really. I'm gonna have a quick look. SPY looks about the same as ES, SPX. In fact, one of the areas I was watching on SPX, which is why I was also confident on the short, was this area 4400, and that's why I went short as well. So I had my eye on that also. So I was confident we were going to see some sort of reaction. Qs, same as SPY really. Push down, double bottom, that night, lovely double bottom, and push up off the 200 as well. And then I'm going to have a quick look at oil, see where we ended up with oil today. I like looking at the oil because it seems to honour, respect the levels pretty well. So we had this touch off of the, when we're looking at the hourly chart, off of the 200, and then a double top again, I wouldn't say off the 200, but in that vicinity. And then we saw this pullback, break and retest, a VWAP, and back down again. So if you look at the levels as well, we kind of got this level here. Bear in mind these levels have been in for days as well. Got this level here, kind of honouring it. We came down, we test this level, push back up, we test this level again, came back down, push through, push back up to this level, break and retest this level, come back down, and we're back at this level. So look at that, the levels are literally spot on. There, here, especially there, top of this level here. You know, we had a poke through there and back down, but then we tested this level back down here again, and we got closer to testing it back up here again, and we had a bit of hesitation, came through that level, and then pushed back up, retested it, and came back down to this level here. So and that's why I'm quite keen to play oil, because it seems to respect the levels pretty well, and I'm quite keen to start adding this to my portfolio of my trades, my basket of stocks I trade. I only trade one at the moment, that's MES and ES. Now sometimes SPY, but I want to add oil to it to give me something. So when the market's not doing what I want it to do, like we saw today on MES, when it's today, that's nice. When it's going really sideways, then I've got something else I can rely on, and this would have been a good one for today as well. Okay, that's really my trading video today. Not very organised today because I was out, so I didn't really have a chance to prepare everything I would normally want to. But hopefully you had a good day trading, and if you found this video helpful, then please don't forget to like it. Okay, take care.